Good morning. My name is Nigel and I go to church in Morpeth, usually St James's, but more recently online. The passage today is from the book of Isaiah and it's chapter 46. Bel bows down. Nebo steeps low. Their idols are borne by beasts of burden. The images that are carried about are burdensome, a burden for the weary. They stoop and bow down together, unable to rescue the burden. They themselves go off into captivity. Listen to me, O house of Jacob, all you who remain of the house of Israel, you whom I have upheld since you were conceived, and have carried you since your birth, even to your old age and grey hairs. I am he. I am he who will sustain you. I have made you, and I will carry you. I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. To whom will you compare me, or count me equal? To whom will you liken me, that we may be compared? Some pour out gold from their bags and weigh out silver on the scales. They hire a goldsmith to make it into a god. They bow down and worship it. They lift it up to their shoulders and carry it. They set it up in its place, and there it stands. From that spot it cannot move. Though one cries out to it, it does not answer. It cannot save him from his troubles. Remember this. Fix it in mind. Take it to heart, you rebels. Remember the former things, those of long ago. I am God, and there is no other. I am God, and there is none like me. I make known the end from the beginning, from ancient times what is still to come. I say, my purpose will stand, and I will do as I please. From the east I summon the bird of prey, from a far-off land a man to fulfill my purpose. What I have said, that I will bring about, what I have planned, that I will do. Listen to me, you stubborn-hearted. You are far from righteous. I am bringing my righteousness near. It is not far away. And my salvation will not be delayed. I will grant salvation to Zion, my splendour to Israel. Okay. At first, this seems an odd passage to us. We don't make idols in the way they're described here, but it got me thinking. How many of us put our trust in possessions? Say, for example, a nice new car. We buy an environmentally sound electric car, which has been carbon offset, whatever that might mean, and feel good about our green credentials. We talk about it to anyone who will listen. It gets washed regularly. It gets cared for. Our children definitely don't learn to drive in it. But we end up crippling monthly payments that will stretch into the horizon, and perhaps our finances aren't as robust as we thought they would be. Then we need the car to do something it can't, say, go somewhere with no charging points. Or we forget to put it on charge, or worse, next door gets a newer, fancier model. How many of us have periods in our life which are pretty grim, and we turn to God in desperation and he hears us? We might not like the answer we get, but we stick with him and get through it. Then the good times come round and we drift away from God a bit and begin to chase after the idols of the new car, or indeed, in my case, a bicycle, or a box set of films to watch for hours on the telly to the detriment of those around us and our prayers. Perhaps we too need reminding of the former things, that God is unchanging even though our circumstances may change, and like the Israelites in Babylon, forced into a strange place. We need to listen to God, to be honest with him as to how it is now, and wait for the promise in the last verse. I am bringing my righteousness near. It is not far away. Perhaps use this Advent and the winter period to let the idols die away, and for the new growth in the spring to be in line with God's purposes. Please pray for me as I try to do that, and I'll pray for you as we struggle together. God will know who my prayers are for. So, as we finish, take care and ask God to be with you through all of today.